All right. So today in our final live for the week, we're doing something a little bit different. So it's not fertility related per se, but we had a question come in last week or the week before that sparked a conversation in the threads about, what I would do if I got my hands on the health curriculum in schools, because I think it's doing women in particular a disservice in their health and in their hormones. And so I've been thinking about this conversation all week and trying to organize my thoughts in a way that was beneficial and to the point and short and sweet, because I probably could go on and on and on. And I do know and want to acknowledge that the curriculum has obviously changed since I was in grade 8, grade 9, grade 10. But I still think that we can always improve and do better. And even, I think this is the biggest takeaway from my dwelling this morning was, even if these things don't get put into schools, with bringing this knowledge out into mainstream audiences and teaching adult women now is only going to help future generations. So I think all of the things that I'm going to bring up today are important topics. And I'd love for this to be interactive. So if you agree, disagree, please by all means. But also if you feel like knowing these things that you maybe are learning now with me in the community or learning through your fertility journey, would knowing those things earlier on in your life done anything for you? Maybe helped you make different decisions? Maybe, sparked different ideas and conversations in your life? That's kind of the things I was thinking about this morning when I was putting this together, which is kind of cool. Just isn't talked about. And I think we have this negative connotation of like discharge equals dirty, and it's so not the case. It has a huge benefit to it. And from the fertility angle, it's wildly beneficial for us to know what's happening with our discharge so we can properly time intercourse. And on that line with the discharge and the fact that we're kind of taught it's dirty, is that the vulva should not smell like fruits and flowers. And this is how this topic came up, is not knowing that you should not be washing your vulva with any type of soap or scented wash or special like vaginal vulvar cleaner. The vagina is a self-cleaning organ. It does not need to be cleaned. It does not need to be washed. And we certainly don't want to be putting products with endocrine disrupting chemicals and fragrance in one of the most porous places of our body. And not to mention right at the reproductive system. So you aren't supposed to smell pretty. And it's normal to have a smell. We all have our own smells and odors. It's completely normal. It might be stronger than others. It might not be. You might actually notice you don't really have a smell. There's no right or wrong there, except for if there is something going on with your pH, it might be a little bit stronger. So we're thinking back to like, would a probiotic help with that? Like what might be throwing our pH off? What are we eating that might be throwing our pH off? Are we washing improperly? Is that throwing our pH off? Also, bacterial vaginosis often has a fishy odor to it. So if that is something that you're noticing, you'll definitely want to seek a swab from your doctor. But beyond that, odor is a completely natural way of life, and we don't need to be washing that away, and nor should we be using any sort of soap or scented product there. How you should be cleaning your vulva is just with a clean, warm cloth and water. That's it. It just needs a little wipe down. Everything else is self-cleaning and is actually probably one of the cleanest parts of your body, to be perfectly honest, because it is self-cleaning. Odor, you might also notice changes throughout your cycle. And so tracking that can be really helpful for you to figure out your pattern. So you might notice a different, stronger smell like right before your period starts or maybe after your period. Same with ovulation. And so getting in tune with that can at least help you decipher, is this normal for me? Because everyone is going to be different.